Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Slay the Princess. Today, I think I'm going to revisit the witch and try to reach the thorn. So, the thing is, I'm really unconfident in my idea of how to get the thorn. Sometimes the only way to break a vicious cycle is to put your heart on the line, which seems to be about making an emotional plea. I didn't remember seeing anything that could have led to putting my heart on the line when I saw the witch last time. And going further, it talks about making a peace offering. And I don't remember seeing an option for that when we went down there without the dagger. So I really am thinking that in order to reach the thorn, I need to go down there with the blade and like offer it to her somehow or drop it or let her kill me or something. And that doesn't make a lot of sense to me because the thorn is supposedly quite a romantic romantic princess. Like that's where you get the most clear like these two love each other ending from. And I know that the thorn is a lot of people's favorites, so she must not be too hard to get to, but I'm really second guessing myself. I'll try it. I'll go down to the witch with the blade, and if I don't get the thorn, at least we'll get some new witch content. Because, hold on, this gallery is looking a little bare. Alright. This is the one?
You're
Yes.
on a path in the woods.
Good thing is I can skip a lot of this. Silently continue.
You make your
Proceed. Alright, let me remember. How do you get the witch?
interior of the cabin.
By going in without the blade and then being like, I changed my mind after talking to her. Like, I'm actually gonna go get the blade now.
The door to the basement creaks.
Lie. I'm here to save you.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Let's actually betray her this time.
Come downstairs. I want to see.
Let's talk of it first.
Okay.
Um, I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something about you that doesn't feel right.
Would everything feel right about you if you were locked away in a hole by yourself for as long as you can remember?
Just how long has she been down here?
So, did they tell you why I'm supposed to be so dangerous?
I've been told enough.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
They haven't shared a thing, have they? All they've done is point a finger. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
I think this is identical dialogue to something we've gotten before, but we saw this dialogue after we brought the blade down. So her tone of voice was extremely different. Really interesting.
I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or Me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
Oh, look at that face.
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
A lot of that dialogue really felt like it was like tailor-made for the witch. You know, it's about trust, and trust is ultimately something we can't have in the witch track. We have to go retrieve the blade, right? I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains?
Alright. Oh, we didn't even get a choice to take the blade. Hello?
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Alright, let's skip all this. Investigate the arm.
As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor.
Okay, chapter 2, the witch. We got all that. We still hear the door open. I'm on a little bit of a time crunch this morning, which is part of why I'm like blazing through a lot of this. Let's just... Hasn't this happened already?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that
Let's just
way.
meet the opportunist again.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
But I don't think we are intending to slay her this time. Let's proceed.
A warning before you go any further.
Opportunist says, don't worry, you can trust us to get the job done. Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and...
Alright. You didn't say anything about the mirror on
That's
the wall.
because there isn't a mirror.
I trust my eyes. Why would he lie about there not being a mirror? What's the point?
Come on now. He's pretty much in charge here.
Oh, I've already...
When have authority figures ever lied?
I've already picked that dialogue option. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Now I'm gonna have to be careful here. My intention is not to kill her with it, it's to do something else with it.
Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing the weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you. The air, her voice, skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I wanted to be reminded of what her voice was like. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy
Oh,
who
we
likes to
didn't even
discuss
get a
things.
chance to
Don't we
tuck
want to
the
hear
blade
what everyone
behind
has
your
to say
back.
before making any big decisions?
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt. Okay, so we didn't get a choice whether or not to hide it behind our backs, but she knows about it either way.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
I don't really care to listen to all the philosophic ramblings this morning. Again, I'm on a time crunch.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Once I get to stuff that's new, I will listen to it.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Aha! I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. I'm gonna save here, just in case. Don't worry, the blade isn't for you, or not for killing you. We've got to get you out somehow, right?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
I think we said this last time, but... I don't even feel like much of this is relevant here. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
The only mistake I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place.
Well, we have the option I thought we might. I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. Abstain?
They're not going to overpower us, are they?
You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
I guess it's a tie if the hero No, it's not. If the hero abstains, then God damn it. That means the opportunist wins by default. This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Is she softening on us a little? I mean, I feel like she's still gonna kill us, but I feel like she's softening.
What do you think happens now?
You kill us? Alright, we can say you're beautiful. I want to actually save you, and this feels like the only way to do it. We're both scared and we're both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. Do you want that? I don't. We can be better than this. That feels good. If you're like someone I know, you're probably going to kill me. Who is that? The opportunist? I mean, I feel like we don't need to say you're beautiful in order to do this. But I'm scared of not getting this route. Hold on, I'm gonna save again. I'm gonna save again. Because I feel like I'm overriding that because I feel like I'm on the right track. I want to see if we can do this without being like, you're so beautiful. Because that seems obvious, but that seems like the obvious choice, but this also seems very heartfelt, so I feel like it'll work. We're both scared and we're both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. Do you want that? I don't. We can be better than this.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Yep.
What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you. I told you this is what she was going to do.
Yeah, of course. But this will lead to a chapter 3, right?
Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern.
Oh.
Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The thorn! Yay! Alright.
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us.
It's all overrun with nature completely. I mean, I guess it was before it was the woods, but it's a different kind of nature. Actually, it's like the trees have died and this grass is growing in its place, almost.
I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument.
Hey, we got to something new through this, so I think that I was in the right. I don't think that dying was a loss there.
Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future.
Hi, Smitten. You're a weirdo. We know that now. I mean, you were always a weirdo, but you're like power hungry and also weird among these voices, and that you can take on a life of your own.
Ho ho, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Traveling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to?
Ugh. The opportunist apparently is the guy on a dating app who just talks about how he loves traveling and loves adventure, and I'm like, you wouldn't like me. I'm swiping the bad way. I actually can never remember which way is good and which one is bad. I'm swiping against you because I'm a homebody and we would not get along, so it didn't work on me.
Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love. She hates us.
She didn't in the last moment.
Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. So maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom. Oh, are you now? Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading.
So that's why it always starts at the cabin and then goes out to the woods in Chapter 3.
Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her. You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except for thoughts of her.
You know what? Maybe we go into this like... You know, I tried to make things right and she absconded, she betrayed that attempt to make things right. She refused to listen to it. So maybe we'll just continue the cycle. I'll see once we get there whether or not I actually stick with that. And if she's just so wonderful and beautiful that I can't help but try and free her. But I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her after she stabbed me in the heart.
That's the spirit. Don't forget what she's done to you. She's practically asking for you to slay her. Even though we were stabbed in the heart, it doesn't mean that we don't still have one. She'll come around, just like we did. Let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to violence here, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Maybe we won her over last time, who knows? Stop sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things get hairy. I've already picked a side. Our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, we wind up on top. Because that's worked out great so far. Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again, I'll have you know, I wouldn't have gotten us killed last time. I wanted to stab her in the back, not hand over our precious backstabbing implement.
Alright. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone.
I'm the one who's on the fence here, I think.
You talking about me?
Oh,
I have
right,
a
the
position.
opportunist.
It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said was happening in the forest. The trees had died. You can see even here they look dead, but new grasses and trees are sprouting in their place. Look at the poppies. Oh. At least I think they're supposed to be poppies. They're the right color. I wasn't expecting to see flowers.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Because she had it at the end of the last one.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers.
Hopefully not literally. We know how literally you like to take that, Smitten.
Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
How do we even get down there? The only thing I see is that mirror.
You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here. Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place. And that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward. Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
I see sunken earth. Right there. So, we're probably gonna fall like we usually do in Chapter 3s.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Enter.
You
Okay.
step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below.
We didn't fall through the floor.
The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? I lock you away and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I just want to talk. Really talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Proceed.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward.
The thing about the Thorn's voice is that she doesn't seem so much like she's putting on a character. It feels almost like, like Nicole Goodnight's natural voice. I don't really know what Nicole Goodnight's natural voice sounds like, but it sounds like just a normal, modern woman talking, you know?
You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Turn and leave, turn and leave, turn and leave. You're in a prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest. Should we be bitter? Let's be bitter. Yeah, I'm here to laugh. What did you think would happen after you killed me? Did you think I wouldn't hold it against you?
Careful now. I'm the one with the knife. Of course I thought there might be bad blood. I didn't think I could trust you then, and it looks like I was right, because I definitely can't trust you now. I guess this is what I deserve. What we both deserve.
Look at the regret in those beautiful eyes. She is our shining star, and you have brought her to tears. How could you say such cruelties?
I do feel really bad for her. Look at all the scratches on her arms. She did bring this upon herself in a way, but she looks pitiable.
Here's are easy to fake. Don't let her get to you. She's resorting to desperate tactics, which means we're winning.
I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade.
I'm not falling for it.
Is there nothing I can say to change your mind?
No, we're past that. You and I both know words are hollow.
Figures. I wouldn't trust her, so why would she trust us? You're the one who got us here. If you weren't doing so much scheming, maybe we could have formed a genuine connection. Maybe we could have fixed things. I think there are a lot of other people worth pointing fingers at before you go blaming me. I'm just looking out for our best interests. Did you forget she stabbed us last time? I remember, and I'd do it all again. I'd gladly take 1,000 knives to save her just one.
We can reach for the blade, or turn and leave. This isn't as nice as I feel like I've been letting all of the other chapters I've been in end. But, I don't know, let's be a little cruel for a change. You're in a prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest.
Do you really think you can just wash your hands of all of this? Do you really think you can just leave me here?
This is even better than stabbing her. The same reward without any of that nasty effort.
But remember, it's going to be hard going up the stairs.
It's not even better. Putting off a choice is always worse than making a committed decision, especially when you already know the right answer. It's even more cruel if you ask me. Leaving an incredible soul like hers to languish forever in pain and alone. How can we bear to live with the guilt? We'll live with it just fine. Besides, she'll get over it. That's what I'm afraid of. But as you approach the basement stairs, you make a grim realization.
They're covering the exit.
Thorns won't let you leave. We don't have any way to cut through them. Okay, new plan. We re-befriend the princess, get the blade, and all of us leave here together as friends.
You can't leave without me, can you? Isn't that funny? Isn't that so funny? This is perfect, actually. Just you and me rotting down here forever, together.
It's what we deserve after everything we've done. It's romantic, even. We got our beautiful ending after all, tragic as it may be.
You know, just to make sure things are a little more permanent, I think I'm going to take this particular needle out of the picture.
Oh, is she gonna like drop it into the holes in the vines?
Wouldn't. Thorns slice into the princess's hands, lacerating what little skin remains.
Oh my god!
She raises the blade to her mouth.
Is she gonna swallow it?
Take it. Take it now, before she swallows it out of spite.
Rush for it?
You rush towards the princess, arms outstretched and grasping
Oh,
for the
I don't
blade.
want to see this close up.
But as you tear through her thistled prison, the thorny vines dig deep into your arms. seemingly growing thicker and sturdier the closer you get to your goal. It feels like it should be within reach, yet you cannot reach it quickly enough. It's no use, even if we grab it, we won't be able to pull it back out of there. It's better than letting her eat it and losing it forever. You just manage to reach her hand, grasping it firmly in yours before the thorns finally trap you in place. Blood trickles down your arm, mingling with hers. The two of you lock eyes.
We're stuck like this, aren't we? I knew this was always going to be how it ended.
I couldn't trust her. She refused to trust me, I refused to trust her. It's still the cycle. I tried to break the cycle, she wouldn't let that happen, and it just continued. It wasn't as beautiful as I feel like this could have ended, but interesting nonetheless. It's always interesting.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror.
I think this is like the mean option, and if we're mean to the voices, we get a different ending, I think. Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Approach. I'm always nice to the voices in that moment. So it'll be interesting to see them abandon me in the episode where we slay the shifting mound, I guess. I guess that's what happens. You've grown. Proceed. What do we see?
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I always like to see this.
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart.
Oh, damn. Ugh. You're gonna make me love the thorn now, are you? That describes myself a lot, I think.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can't you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I'm bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
I guess we're going for a crueler ending this time.
We will meet again.
You're on a path.
Alright. We got ourselves the thorn. Redemption in the thicket of distress. I liked that one, even though we didn't get the beautiful ending that a lot of people get out of the thorn. It was still fascinating, and I really felt for her. It was a prison of her own making, to be sure, but, you know, we don't always deserve prisons of our own making, you know? Alright, who's next? Maybe this one, branching off the adversary? Or this one, branching off the beast? I don't know which one I'm gonna do first, and I don't necessarily know how I would get to either of them. I don't know how we would die to nature without letting her eat us. And, I mean, this one seems easy. We just leave the cabin with the adversary, I guess. Maybe that one's easier. Maybe that's the one I'll go for next. But until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Slay the Princess.